Sit.
Okay.
I'd like to call the Tuesday, January 18th, 2022 meeting of the Oldsmar City Council to order. The next two items on the agenda are the invocation and pledge of allegiance that will be led by our city attorney, Mr. Tom Trask. Please rise and remember to turn off your phones.
Our Heavenly Father, we come humbly before you to ask divine guidance and help in our deliberations this evening. Bless the members of this council and the citizens that are present. We pray that our work this evening will find favor in your sight. This we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. Next item on the agenda is the Citizens Open Forum. We only have a few rules. One, you can speak for up to 5 minutes. Tonight we have no public hearings, so you could speak about anything on the agenda. We ask that you give your name and address and make sure you include your city. And I'm going to go ahead and start on this side of the room, and I'm going to start with Mr. Dallas. Good morning. Good morning.
Good evening, Mayor. Yes, my name is, greetings, Council. My name is Dallas Rose, 32-year resident, 600 Buckingham Avenue West, Oldsmar, representing the citizens of Orange Blossom Estates and the Driftwood Cove people on Pine Avenue. This is my fourth appearance before the committee or the council, or fifth appearance since December 7th, the holidays. Regarding the St. Pete Clearwater Airport flight path, they moved over our homes in 17 was officially when they said, from what I just discussed with Steve Santamaria. The flights, we're concerned they're going to become more frequent. Just a little record from the holidays I wanted to go over with you. This is the file my wife keeps. She's a avid air flight watcher now. Not that she really wants to be. Right. So, for instance, Thanksgiving morning, we were awakened from 8:24 to 8:28, 3 flights. That was nice to wake up to. And then just a few more. December 24th, or Christmas Eve, we had 7 flights occurring from 8:37 till 10:37. That was very pleasant to listen to. And then we continue on. They haven't been too late up until just lately. Like the 14th, there were 5 flights after 11 o'clock until 11:30. I mean, this is ridiculous. Why do we have to listen to this, people? You know? I spoke to Steve Santamaria just last night. He called us after my wife called regarding these late flights. Shook me out of bed. I was trying to sleep. I have to work, and I don't sleep well. So Steve said that the noise abatement meeting is tomorrow night, and I urge anybody watching this meeting, any of my citizens that want to restore peace in our city, to help us help you. Everybody's concerned about peace, keeping the city small, and keeping it peaceful. Well, we could start by getting involved. I'm doing what I can do for my neighbors. There's 11 of us that were complaining continuously, but the complaints to go nowhere. We've got to go to higher authority, and that's why I'm here. And then I'm trying to work with Andrew, getting with the FAA. Steve did say there is some good news for us tomorrow at the virtual meeting, which is at 3 o'clock, and anybody can watch it and make comments, just like I do here now. And so I hope the good news, he wouldn't tell me what it's about, but he said it would be good news for us.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and then Andrew tells me that he had a meeting with them, so we're getting the conversation restarted since Linda and I were working on it before the pandemic. So that's good news. It's good to hear. And I got the letter from Andrew. One thing that Steve did mention to me, and I asked him, because we can't, it's hard to get information from these people when you only meet 4 times a year. It's ridiculous. So Steve told me, and I asked him, Steve, when was this flight path, and who approved it to move it over us from a safety harbor? And he said it was in 2017, and their kangaroo court voted on it. Like, really? And my wife said, "You guys voted on moving it over us. Who gave approval of that? Did they not contact the city of Oldsmar?" That's my question to the council in 2017. Why weren't the citizens alerted that this was going to occur to us?
There were many of us actually who went to the meeting.
Yeah.
And we were told, oh, the changes that we're making are not going to impact the city. We didn't tell them it was okay. We went, much like you, to go find out what it was about.
And I saw that in some of the meeting minutes in 4 and 7, but they never told us what they were going to do, and they knew what they were going to do. They were going to have to find a path for this thing, and Steve Santamaria told me some time ago that they assumed a UPS flight path. I think that's how they got it passed by the FAA, but it's hard to get information from them. So I'm just out here trying to get truth and restore peace in our city over our heads here. You know, and I proposed, there's 2 flight paths, northbound flight paths that are over commercial boulevards by me, Forest Lakes Boulevard and Tarpon Canal. They're sparsely, you know, populated, and nobody will hear them at 11 o'clock. They're birds, and the traffic is you know, right there at Forest Lake. So I don't know. I'm doing what I can do. I'm about at my end, guys. I need help here. So, any questions, comments?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else on this side of the room? That would leave you, yes.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Jason Sanders, Chairman of the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce at 101 State Street. The League of Women Voters is moderating the City Council, the City of Oldsmar's Candidate Forum on Thursday, January 27th at 7 p.m. As a safety precaution, this will not be a publicly attended event. The forum will be live streamed on the city's YouTube channel. So thank you to the city for allowing us to use the council chambers for this event and loaning us Ann and Kathy from the city clerk's office in case of any emergencies. So participating in this year's forum will be 2 candidates running for mayor, Mayor Eric Seidel and Councilman Dan Saraki. So also 2 candidates are running for Oldsmar City Council Seat 2, which is Jared Buckman and Doug Beavis. Oldsmar residents are encouraged to submit questions for the candidates by Wednesday, January 26th, directly to the League of Women Voters. 2 ways you're going to be able to do that. One is you can call into them at 727-386-8525, or use the League's email at lwvnpc.info@gmail.com. All potential questions will be screened by the League of Women Voters prior to the event to ensure fairness to all candidates. So the forum will be available for viewing the day after the event on the UTB Chamber website, utbchamber.com, the city's website, myoldsmar.com, and the UTB Chamber Facebook page. We appreciate all the candidates' participation and are looking forward to a great event. The city clerk has also asked me to mention a few items while I'm up here. The deadline to request a mail ballot is March 5th, 2022. To receive a ballot by mail, visit votepinellas.com or contact the Pinellas County Supervisor of Elections at 727-464-8683. Also, every Oldsmar resident has been physically mailed information on the charter ballot questions. If you would like additional information, please visit myoldsmar.com and search charter ballot questions. Thank you very much and have a great evening.
Thank you. All right. Anybody else on this side of the room? No. Anybody on this side of the room? Come on up.
Good evening. My name's Alex Nolman, 806 Blandon Road, Oldsmar. Been there about 12 years. And here tonight representing Oldsmar Cares, some upcoming events wanted to share a little bit about. And if it feels like I'm stalling, I am, because my co-presenter seems to be running a little late, sometimes might be coming.
Hey!
Oh, wait, that's the White Rabbit line. That's not a Mad Hatter line. Would you like a cup of tea?
Now?
It's always time for a cup of tea. Oh, but not now, not now, not now. It's I want you to come February 24th to the Oldsmar Cares 12th Annual Wine and Food Gala in Wonderland. Can you do that?
I'll be there.
Okay, So now I got to drop my character. That was as much acting as I'll ever do. Okay, so we're just so happy to be able to do the gala this year in person, since we weren't able to do it last year, but we do want to thank the city for helping us do it streaming last year from right here. So it's going to be a garden tea party, Wonderland fantasy world. We've got things for our scenes coming from Wacky World and from Theater World here in Oldsmar. They're both contributing things to set the mood of the event. The Tea Party Company in Tampa is providing tea party setting for everybody. It's going to be amazing. We're going to have Wonderland characters. Live portrait painting, and some of the major sponsors will have a portrait that they'll be getting for free, painted during the event. There'll be somebody painting quick portraits during the event. We do have from a native of Oldsmar, Jillian Ramos, along with Sean Daly from ABC Action News. They're going to be our co-hosts this year. So Jillian's really looking forward to serving with us at the galas. It'll be great. Obviously, we're going to have our auctions, our 50-50 door prizes. We are going to have a best hat contest in honor of the Mad Hatter. So you don't have to wear it all night. You can drop it up, but we would love to have people come with any hat they want. Doesn't have to be Alice in Wonderland theme. Any hat you want. Be great. There'll be a prize for that. And last couple of things, we do want to thank all the restaurants that are helping us out this year. This is a tough year still for restaurants because of COVID. But there are restaurants stepping up to be there in person with us, and staffing is tricky for them this year. So we appreciate what they can do. And of course, we want to thank our big sponsors, including Microlumen, and of course, support of the city of Oldsmar, as you've done every year lately. It's awesome to have the support. We really look forward to having the event in person, get everybody back together like we usually are. It's not at Nielsen this year, though. Nielsen's not open, so be sure it's going to be over at the Bayanahan Center over in West Chase, up by the Eagles. So make sure if you go, don't go to Nielsen. They can't have it there, unfortunately, this year. So just want to have everyone welcome to come, and don't be late.
Very good. Thank you. Before you go,
Yes, sir.
we know as a sponsor we get a nice gift.
Yes.
And so we received a gift.
Yes.
In the clerk's office. We were talking about it up here, and we decided that we wanted to donate it back for the auction.
The auction.
So we appreciate it.
Okay. Well, we can do that. We
I'll
can
bring
make
it
that
over
work.
to you.
Absolutely.
Because it's a really nice set. We were all arguing over who was gonna get to keep the teapot. Right. But,
Yeah.
we decided we donate it.
Well, all right.
There you go.
Thank you very much, Mayor.
I
We'll
look
make good
forward to
use of
that.
that. As you can see, some of the major sponsors are getting this Alice in Wonderland themed tea set, so we'll have others to give it out to.
There you go. Well, thank you. Good report. Good report.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Mike.
See you in February.
All right, do we have anybody else on this side of the room? Seeing none, I'm going to go ahead and close the citizens open forum. Next item on the agenda is the community minute, which will be led by our city clerk, Ann Nixon.
Yes, so there's a CPR AED course, Saturday, January 22nd, 9 o'clock at the fire station. There's a $20 cost to it. To register, call 813-749-1200, and $20, that's a low price compared to saving somebody's life. So, it's not, just go for it. And then Science Saturday, free to attend, Saturday, January 29th, 9 to 11 at Ariels Park, the Pier Shelter. Residents of all ages are invited to be part of the Science Saturday workshop, which will focus on testing the bay waters to see what's inside. Using a variety of water quality tests, participants will monitor the health of our bay and learn why each test matters. SustainableOldsmar.com. That sounds like fun. And then there's the art reception, new exhibit, which we see coming up now. They've been putting it all around. Just this one of Kathy and I's favorites. Saturday, January 29th, 9 to 11. Wrong one. Tuesday, February 1st, 5 to 7 at City Hall. So right before the next council meeting, Quilt Exhibit, featuring 2 local guilds, the Largo Crackers and the Quilters Crossing, with over 20 handcrafted quilts per guild on display. The exhibit runs through April 8th, and light refreshments will be served, and they're just amazing to see these art pieces. So if you can get over there, come by and see them. And also, don't forget the library. They've got stuff going on too. So take a peek at oldsmarlibrary.org. They have computer classes and other things going on. That's it.
Actually, you know, it's funny, I noticed driving down Park towards State Street, where you looked up at City Hall, you could see some of the quilts already hanging. It was pretty cool. It was pretty nice. All right, next item on the agenda is the approval of addition of new agenda items. We have one new item, item 11. At this time, the chair will entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Sensing you're ready to vote, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, motion passes. Next item, awards and recognition. Item number 1, presentation of Council Manager Award for January 2022. Unfortunately, we're having to reschedule that because the recipient was unable to attend this evening. So we're going to go ahead and move that to our next meeting. Item number 2, presentation of Employee Service Award, which will be handled by our city manager, Felicia Donnelly.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. It's my honor to present this Employee Service Award to Mike Jaser. His 20-year anniversary was on January 2nd. And so I counted how many positions that he's held in the last 20 years. He's had 7 different positions, so I'm going to read those off to you. But he started here in January 2nd, 2002 as a maintenance operator. He was promoted to maintenance operator 2, then heavy equipment operator, then lead facilities maintenance technician, then traffic sign technician, then lead facilities maintenance worker, and recently in 2018 he was promoted to the maintenance supervisor over streets and stormwater. And really we should be proud that we have him on our team. He leads his staff with expedience, diligence, and professionalism. Everything you would want an employee. So Mike, if you're watching that, thank you.
Round of applause. 20 years. That's awesome.
20 years.
That's awesome. All right, next item on the agenda, our Community Redevelopment Agency. We have no items under there, so I'll go to the consent docket, which will be announced by our city clerk.
Item number 3, approve waiving bid requirements and award Pace Analytical Services Incorporated the environmental laboratory testing services contract utilizing the Lake County contract number 17-0823, piggyback 18-020A, and City of West Palm Beach contract number 2600, piggyback 18-020B. Item number 4, approve payment to legal counsel for December 2021 legal services. And item number 5, approve minutes of the January 4, 2022 council meeting.
Thank you. Does anybody wish to pull anything? The chair will entertain a motion to approve the consent docket as presented.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Sensing you're ready to vote, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, motion passes. We have nothing under the City of Oldsmar. City Attorney?
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Nothing. Wow. We're not paying you by the word, though, are we? No, I'm just kidding. You know I couldn't resist. Sorry.
It's okay.
City Manager, Felicia Donnelly. Item 6.
Item number 6, authorize the city manager to advertise 2022-010-RFP comprehensive plan update. The city of Oldsmar is seeking professional consulting services to prepare its comprehensive plan update. As stated in Chapter 163, Part 2, Florida statutes, all municipalities in Florida must maintain long-range comprehensive planning programs. The purpose of the comprehensive planning is to monitor and evaluate community characteristics related to development, provisions of services, environmental protection, and other governmental activities. Periodically, municipalities must amend their comp plans to ensure compliance with state statutory requirements and rules and to ensure consistency with state and regional policy plans. Multiple community engagement opportunities will be available during this update process. The revised comp plan for the city of Oldsmar will serve as its community vision, targeting major issues that the city must address in both short and long term, and provide a framework for future development and future infrastructure investment in the city. The appropriations to the comp plan update will be requested in a future council budget revision prior to the contract award. Staff recommends approval.
Staff recommends approval. All right. Chair will entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Discussion?
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's only been 12 years. All right, since you're ready to vote, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, motion passes. Item 7.
Item 7 is to approve the special event application fee waiver request for the annual Honor Our Heroes Memorial 5K Run to be held on Saturday, May 28th, 2022. On Saturday, May 28th, Oldsmar Cares will host the annual On Our Heroes Memorial Run in Oldsmar. Oldsmar Cares is a valued civic organization that has provided support to the local community by funding programs such as stopgap rent, utility assistance, health screenings, financial assistance programs, employment services, a free food pantry, and free clothes closet to those in need. Profits from this race will be utilized by the organization to expand their services to veterans and first responders. This item requests a waiver of fees in the amount of $2,840. In accordance with the City of Oldsmar Special Event Guide, the above organization is requesting that the city waive the fees associated with the event. All external costs, including utility fees of $50, will be the responsibility of the organizer as outlined in the application. It is anticipated that this event will bring over 400 runners and spectators to downtown. Copy of the application is attached for your review. Staff recommends approval.
The chair will entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second, discussion?
I think Andrew won last year, didn't he?
Yeah, I saw him.
The stroller division, which I will be in again.
Very good, very good.
Great event.
All right, since you're ready to vote, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes. Item 8.
Item number 8, approve the special event application fee waiver request for the Oldsmar Friends of the Arts fundraiser to be held Tuesday, March 1st, 2022. On Tuesday, March 1st, Oldsmar Friends of the Arts will host a Mardi Gras themed fundraiser in the outdoor open space adjacent to the library. Oldsmar Friends of the Art is a valued nonprofit organization that provides support to Opal Theater and other performing arts programs in Oldsmar. And as a nonprofit, they rely on fundraising events to further their efforts to support the performing arts in the community. This event is on Mardi Gras Day, Tuesday, March 1st, 2022. The item requests a fee waiver in the amount of $410. In accordance with the City of Oldsmar Special Event Guide, the above organization is requesting the city waive the fees associated with the event. All other external costs, including utility fees, $30, will be the responsibility of the event organizer. It's anticipated that the event will host close to 100 guests and volunteers. A copy of the application is attached for your review, and the staff recommends approval.
All right, the chair will entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
I have a motion, I have a second.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, discussion?
We'll see you after the meeting on
I was gonna
March
say, my
1st.
only complaint is it's on a meeting night. We'll
see
have
you
to,
after
we'll
the
have to all
meeting.
roll over there right afterwards. That'll be good. All right, sensing you're ready to vote, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Item 9.
Item 9, approve the special event application fee waiver request for the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce's Oldsmar Days and Nights event to be held on March 25th through 27th, 2022. The citywide celebration, which takes place in Ari Olds Park, was originally started in 1962 by Oldsmar's volunteer firemen as a half-day picnic named Oldsmar Days. After the first 2 years of the event, Oldsmar Chamber of Commerce stepped in and assumed its operation in 1964. 43 years later, in 2007, the event was expanded to include the entire weekend and now is known by Oldsmar Days and Nights. The event attracts upwards of 10,000 people to the park and downtown area over the course of the weekend. Activities include a parade, carnival, arts and crafts, food and beverage vendors, car shows, and live music. It is certainly one of Oldsmar's long-standing signature events, with the proceeds helping to support annual operations of the Chamber of Commerce. In accordance with the City of Oldsmar Special Event Guide, this organization is requesting that the city waive the fees associated with this event in the amount of $7,955.90. All other external costs, including utility fees of $1,000, will be the organizer's responsibilities outlined in the application. A copy is attached for your review. Staff recommends approval.
All right, the chair will entertain a motion to approve. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second, discussion?
I appreciate the little history lesson there.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I did not know some of that.
Very
That's
good.
Cool.
And rumor
Vice
has
Mayor?
it.
Go ahead, Steve.
Oh, rumor has it that it's red, white, and blues. So it's going to be blues music for the weekend, from what I understand.
Cool.
So
Should
a
be
little bit
good.
of a change up.
So one thing kind of also related to the history that was interesting is going through stuff of my grandmother's, found an article which I think was from the first year that it happened.
way.
So I'm going to bring it into the next meeting to show
That's
everybody
cool.
and then probably hand it off to the Historical Society.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
Really cool.
But it was either the first one or one of the first ones, and a couple pictures. I think Shrek and Goss was in it. And,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I will bring it in for everybody.
All right, sensing you're ready to vote, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Anything else, City Manager?
Nope, that's all.
Very good. City Clerk?
Item number 10, approve moving the March 15, 2022 council meeting to March 22. March 15th to March 22. Section 6.06 of the City Charter states the city clerk shall transmit the election returns to the canvassing board as appointed by the council or as council sitting as the canvassing board at a meeting to be held at 6 o'clock on the 7th day following the election. The timing of the March 15, 2022 municipal election is unusual. It's 1 week later due to the requirements of the Pinellas County Supervisor of Elections. City Council can either, 1, move the March 15th council meeting to March 22, convening as a canvassing board at 6 o'clock that same evening, or option 2, hold the March 15 council meeting as regularly scheduled, and then also convene March 22nd at 6 o'clock as a canvassing board, or option 3, hold the March 15 council meeting as regularly scheduled, and then appoint citizens to perform the canvassing board duties on March 22nd. The city clerk recommends option number 1.
Okay. All right, at this time, the chair will entertain a motion to approve option number 1.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Sensing you're ready to vote, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. City Clerk, got anything else?
I don't have anything else.
Nothing else. All right, City Council. Item 11, approve excuse absence for Vice Mayor Andrew Knapp from the January 4, 2022 council meeting. The chair will entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
I've got a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Good to have back.
Good spirits.
Glad you're back.
Sensing you're ready to vote, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Council comments. I'll start with Councilmember Gannon.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to make sure everybody knows, and it was announced earlier, I appreciated Jason Sanders' announcement that the forum this year, the candidate forum, will be virtual. Do not come here. You will not be allowed in. But you know, attend virtually. Everybody share the Facebook event on social media. Make sure people know that it's going on, and then after it's up on the city's YouTube page, so it can be reshared. You know, it's just really important that our citizens have the opportunity to submit the questions in advance. That's fantastic information. I did not know that. Maybe I'll submit some questions. Just saying. Anyway. Second, a lot of fun this weekend in Gull Air. It was nice to see everybody at the Coffee Clatch where they had hosted us, myself and the mayor and Councilmember Saraki and Steve Graber was there along with Doug Beavis and Jared Buckman to have an opportunity to talk to some of the citizens of Gull Air about the upcoming election and introduce ourselves, say hello. We missed you, Andrew. But it was a really nice event and really fun to see everybody that we kind of hadn't seen in a while out at Gull Air because they've been canceling lots of different events. As we noticed in the agenda, lots of events coming up. Yep. Looking forward to them. Maybe we can all triage our appearances and everything. But a couple of these are important because they're fundraisers. You know, the Oldsmar Cares Gala, it's their biggest event. You know, they couldn't really have it last year, so we did the virtual option. Good Band-Aid, but you know, I really want to promote that and make sure that people show up. That sounds like a fantastic theme, the Alice in Wonderland. They always come up with some fantastic theme. So certainly turn out for that, and definitely after the council meeting on March 1st, I'll be heading over to the library for the Mardi Gras fundraiser for the Oldsmar Friends of the Arts, because they've done online auctions, they've done gift baskets, they've done gift cards. Those kids collect all kinds of stuff for these different events, and they put on so many fundraisers to support their theater programs, and I really want to make sure that they feel our love and support. So I was long-winded at the last meeting during council comments. Tonight I am brief. It's good to see everybody.
Good to see you. Vice Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a few things. As Dallas Rose mentioned earlier, I had a chance to meet down at St. Pete Clearwater Airport last week and met with Mark Sprague as well as Steven Santamaria. And it was really cool. They kind of showed all the software that they use in terms of processing the complaints down there that come from noise. And as well as kind of just get the introduction of meeting them face to face. Haven't been able to do that yet because of COVID and all the meetings being online. So it was really nice. And as Dallas mentioned, we they've expressed the same kind of frustration that their hands are tied essentially because the FAA is dictating the airspace over all of us and where the planes are preferred to go. So Dallas got the copy of the letter that we sent as council out. I did reach out to Commissioner Eggers to see, because I know Mayor Beavis had mentioned something about believing that there might be an alternative path or another one that we can try to send some information out to or requests and see where that plays out. So that was I think a fruitful meeting. Last week also, the day before the meeting that I had at the airport, I was back at the airport for Leadership Pinellas, as well as going to solid waste. What was interesting there, which I was kind of surprised, and I don't quite believe that they said there's only about 80 to 85 years of life left at the facility down there. So things need to be kind of starting to kick into gear to figure out how we are going to deal with waste in the future, because that is no more than a generation or two away for some folks to be living in it in its entirety. So pretty surprising. Really enjoyed that day. We finished it off with some chocolate over in Bel Air. So, and then finally, I just wanted to briefly touch on. I know the council had a chance to discuss about town halls last week, and I'm not trying to launch any sort of debate around that. I am in favor of what Felicia has proposed as kind of the path forward there, and I just wanted to comment more so on some commentary that's out there relative to where things are at with an agreement or lack thereof at this point, because there is no agreement, where the city manager is negotiating terms. And so we're kind of using interchangeable words that we know we're all talking about the same thing up here, but until the point that all we've seen right now is just a concept plan, essentially, and some very high level 50,000 foot view details. And until we get to those concrete numbers, we don't have a whole lot of answers that the public are asking of us right now. We will have more and have a better understanding once all that stuff is out there when it's presented by staff. So I just wanted to kind of highlight that, because I can understand the frustration that's out there that's saying we're not going to have a town hall or until there's an agreement, but the agreement until it's approved by us is no more than just a proposed agreement. So just kind of it's semantics, I think, a little bit, but I felt that was important to point out, because I know there are people frustrated thinking, well, it's going to be served on a silver platter and it's done and nothing can be changed about it. So I think there is some opportunity for that to happen in the future. And I know some of you probably already saw, but while I was out, we were able to share some good news that expecting a second baby in the Knapp household. Coming June 27th. So we'll see what happens. We're finding out the gender in a few weeks. So.
Yeah.
And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Hey, thank you for your work with the noise abatement.
It's frustrating.
I know it's hard. I know it's hard, but I know we all
Got to
appreciate
keep
it.
chipping
Yep.
away.
Yep.
Councilmember Siraki.
Thank you. Andrew, I have one question. Did they say that they can change it, or the flight pattern, or what they say?
The airport really does not
They
have
no-
a means, because there's so many factors involved. The weather, air traffic with Tampa. There's a lot of things in terms of how those planes are coming in, and they're not always going down the exact same path. There's kind of a cone, it narrows as they're on their glide path.
They come over my house sometimes.
Yeah.
I'll hear them come over my house.
Well,
it's
and-
like Wood Oaks, it's almost like they're coming over my house, but they're heading to St. Pete.
Yeah. Well,
I only hear one maybe a day.
the other thing is depending on days too. You got planes that are on their final approach towards Tampa, and they're probably a little bit higher, but I see them. All day long they're coming over my neighborhood
tell,
when
yeah.
it's Tampa. Well, I use that same software that the airport uses. I have the app.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of controlled airspace right
Yes.
here.
Oh, yes.
It's not just St. Pete. It's Tampa, St. Pete, McDill. It's the airport, escapes me, over in St. Pete.
Peter O'Knight.
Yeah,
Airport,
yeah, and
then
so,
the Clearwater. What's the Clearwater? The one where the tiny planes are.
Air Park,
Yes.
Clearwater Airport.
But that's not controlled airspace
Oh,
over
that's
there.
not.
No.
Okay,
no.
my mistake.
Well, and all in all.
Anyways,
But all around, it's more aircrafts, yes.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is they have the data in terms of like the split in terms of the north and south approach, and it's pretty even because there's no real prevailing wind that would drive the traffic to primarily always come from one direction. So it's like a coin flip on any given day if they're going to be coming over us or over Pinellas Park. So it's really tough, especially I think because of kind of like that joint relationship between us and or them and Tampa.
Well, all in all,
Makes it
thank you
difficult.
for what you're doing. I'm interested in that, so I appreciate your hard work in that. I got one thing. I want to talk about the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl. The women's club. The women's club is having a Super Bowl party.
Soup.
$5, all you can eat soup, homemade soup. My mom's Okeechobee soup is coming up, so be there. Last time it sold out in first hour, gone. So join us.
I got a bellyache last
11
time.
a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturday, February 12th, State Street Center, Super Bowl party.
When you go
Women's
in,
Club.
you get a little token, and it doesn't mean anything, technically, but you drop it at your favorite soup. And just internally at the Women's Club, there's some bragging rights that go along
Yep.
with that, who gets the most tokens.
And I think
so.
the Women's Club is really excited because COVID last year, they didn't have it.
Right.
So they're ready to get back to cooking.
Very good.
Super grateful
Yeah.
to the Leisure Services staff and folks for helping us.
Yeah,
out.
and that's the day before the Super Bowl when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Buffalo Bills play.
Who's gonna win?
I don't know.
It's gonna be the Bucks.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I just hope we both make it. All right, that's all I have. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you, Councilmember Graber.
You're not going to get me on the Bills question. Anyway, thank you, Mayor. Go Bills. Go Bucks, too. Everybody's having a really good season right now. Not that I'm excited about it at all. The virtual forum, I know everybody said it was going to be on the channels the next day. It's also live streamed. So tune in at 7 that night. Literally everything else I wrote down has been mentioned tonight, so I will not say much more other than if you're not registered to vote, please do so by February 14th. That's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Excellent. I've only got a couple items. Number one, I just want to say the second Friday was a good one. It was a little chilly, though.
Yeah.
I think it might have kept a few people away. It was a little chilly over there, but it was nice to have the event back on. And then just an announcement, since the meeting's going to be over probably in about 2 minutes. We made the decision earlier that there's not going to be a coffee with the mayor tomorrow because it's probably just as quick to watch the council meeting and get your own recap firsthand. So and we're out of coffee, so we just can't do that. The last thing I have, I just want to thank Gulliver Village for hosting us over the weekend. It was a nice event. It was good to see so many people out and a good way to get things moving. All right. So that's all I got. Next item on the agenda, item 13, approve the tentative agenda for February 1st, 2022, council meeting. Anybody wish to pull anything from the tentative agenda? All right. At this time, the chair will entertain a motion to approve the tentative agenda as presented.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion. Sensing you're ready to vote, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Motion to adjourn. I have a motion. Do I have a second? I have a motion and a second. Doesn't require. We're adjourned.